One of the things you find when you're out traveling around looking for historical sites, and I've spent a lot of time in northern Wisconsin and Minnesota looking around at places, is that there's not a lot of things you can look at the old historical sites. We're standing in Gordon, Wisconsin in the Gordon Memorial Cemetery, about half hour south of Superior. And this is the old settlement site and area for Father Antoine Gordon, and he was again part of the bigger extended Ojibwe family. He married Sarah Dingley, and Sarah Dingley was the daughter of Daniel Dingley. Daniel Dingley had three daughters, one married an Isham, one married a Morrison, which brought that family into my Morrison family lineage. Daniel Dingley had married a woman by the name of, I believe, Josephine LaPrairie, and she was the daughter of a woman named Pima-Gijigukwe, or Coming Through the Sky Woman. And Pima-Gijigukwe, you can find her in the treaty claims of 1836 and the Treaty of Fond du Lac Treaty, I believe, of 1824, somewhere around then. And she was the daughter of a Crane clan chief from Sault Ste. Marie. And the Crane clan was very prominent in the 1700s as speakers for the Ojibwe Nation. I believe he was Whitefisher. And so when you look into family trees, they go all over the place, and one of the places that you can find remnants of this, despite the fact that all the wigwams and settlements and foundations might be gone, is by going to the cemetery. We're in the older part of the cemetery where I end up in a lot of communities where I know tribal people were, and the newer part of the cemetery is below the hill, but up here there's a lot of burials. And we're going to take a little tour of that just to see what some of the family names are that resided up here, in addition to the Gordon family, because he had a little enclave of Christianized Indians that came up here and lived for many years before he went down to the Courte reservation and became the priest for the St. Francis Church down there. Okay, what we're looking at is Antoine Gordon's headstone, born in 1812, passed away in 1907. Next to him is George, who passed away at 22 years of age in 1913. And there's another one over here. This is Garbo. It's Joseph Garbo. So he's probably a member of the family there. Over to the left down here is what looks like a newer headstone. All these have flowers on it, so there's been people here. This is the wife of Antoine, Sarah Dingley Gordon, who passed away in 1911. We go over here is Edward. This is one of, I believe this is a Gordon, so it's probably one of the sons. And then there's a newer burial here, 1921, Dr. Robert Gordon. What we have in the second row behind them is a Margie Cheen. You can barely read anything on her headstone. Hers is right in the middle. Down here we have Maud Gordon, who was born in 1894 and passed away in 1895. That's a headstone for a one-year-old. We've got some unknowns. There's a little marker there that says unknown. There's a little marker here that says unknown. Here is Edward Madewiosh, 1884 to 1912. We have over here a Florence Wilkinson that's right next to Madewiosh, and we have scattered burials around here. There's a whole bunch of little headstones, little markers here, one alongside the tree. None of these have engravings on that can be seen. We have someone who planted something here on this monument. Again, whatever the writing is on it is very obscured. And we have then down in front of here some names that are going to be familiar to the Fond du Lac band. Edward Naganub, Mary Naganub, Sophie and Michael Naganub. These are names Naganub, sitting in the front. Isabel, There's a shell down here. I don't know where that came from. That's a little. This is Chief Alec Naganub, or in the lead sitting, 1832 to 1962. So this is relatively new that some of these people have been buried down here. Isabel passed away in 1862 as well. Okay, I believe Antone was actually the son here. Here's the Reverend Phillip B. Gordon, Chippewa Indian priest, born 1836, ordained 1913, and passed away in 1948. I thought it was Antone that was the person that came down, but it might have been Phillip Gordon that came down to Le Courte. Along over here are some other family members. Ottagay gambling woman, Sarah Kentz Gordon, 1855 to 1940. William Daniel Gordon, son of Antone, February 1850, passed away 1943. And then what we have here is some unknown head markers here that are marking the plots of different people here as well in front. So this whole row here is of people on the hillside here. Appears to me to be pretty much all Ojibwe people in this area. Just a little bit of a different view off to the south of this. We've got some more markers here of some service people. Here is Henry Gordon, who was born in 1857, passed away in the year 1900. And up here a little bit closer is a guy by the name of Joseph King. It might have been that that name was translated from Ogima or something like that, or maybe someone that was just up here with the name King. John Beaver is over here. I don't know if that's a name that's been translated from Ojibwe from Mick, but it would seem that it probably was. Right behind him is a feather here that's been tied to this family member along with the rock. This is the burial site for Chief John Shiosh. And someone's been down here to leave a white warrior's feather, probably representing his warrior hood. And it's got an interesting rock formation that marks his plot. And then we have some other people here, Bergen and other remnants. So this is off to the side. This is where the main Gordon family people reside in this area. So here we're at the front end. We got a little bit of sunlight aiming at us, but we're at the front end of the cemetery. In case you come in here, you see the sun shining down there in their back. That's where most of the native burials are, on the back side over there. And if you're coming in here and want to know what's going on, this has been something that's been recently put up here. It's a plat book, and it's actually got a register here underneath there, and it shows exactly where everyone is. So this is a recent addition and kind of interesting. I wish more cemeteries would do this so you could find family members. I like the idea that there was a feather put on one of those burial plots up there, because it shows that there are people still coming here from outside of the community, even though there's not many native people right in the immediate area, that they're either coming down from Fond du Lac or LCO or over from Red Cliff and Bad River, where their descendants are, and cleaning up and putting flowers and doing those things. They're remembering their relatives as it should be.